Well, it's the last GotAUkulele review of the year. Let's end with one of the big guns. Keep watching. Hello and welcome back to GotAUkulele. As ever, summary video review to accompany the full written review that you always find linked below these videos, all of them. And there's some other links down there, which is what these people have followed. I repeat every week, I'm not a commercial site. I don't get paid to do reviews. They would just be adverts, product placement. They would not be impartial. So the only way I can keep this going and get hold of instruments for you is thanks to the very kind donations from people like you and these people. My eternal thanks go to those folks. You can also help me out for nothing by hitting subscribe. And if you hit the bell symbol as well, you get notified of new stuff that comes up. Okay, this one, first in this scale for this brand that I've looked at them many times, and it's an instrument that came about kind of during lockdown when the owner of this brand was doing some interviews with people and did an interview with Phil Dolman, very, very well-liked ukulele player, good friend, and I trust his opinion implicitly when it comes to instruments. And they started talking and he asked him to be a representative, an endorsee of this brand, and they worked together to spec up an instrument. So it's a Phil Dolman spec'd instrument, and it's the first one in this scale, as I say, from Noah, and this is the Noah Baritone ukulele. It's actually now one of two baritones from Noah, but this is the original Noah Baritone uke. Noah, English brand, run by Matt Cohen, has his instruments made by a luthier in Vietnam where he used to live. So these are handmade instruments but spec'd by Matt and distributed out of the UK. So handmade stuff. But I've always really liked them. They've got better and better each time I've looked at one. First one in this scale, as I say, like all Noah's, all solid woods, and the looks on this one really sort of set me aback when I opened the bag. This is solid spruce on the top. We'll come on to that staining in a moment. Solid spruce on the top, which looks to be very good quality in two pieces, and solid mahogany on the back and sides. I love that curve in the mahogany and the V-shaped book matching. That's very attractive indeed. I like that. Very, very neat and tidy. But it's all about the main event, isn't it? It's this sunburst. Some sunbursts just have a very little pale bit of spruce in the middle here, but this is big on the spruce and less so on the burst, as it were. More sun than burst. It's kind of like a cherry colour on the sunburst. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Looks like an old sort of vintage cowboy guitar. I think it's a very, very attractive ukulele. I really like that. And these woods for mahogany as well, very, very attractive. Very slight curve on the back there. Very, very nicely done instrument. The bridge is made of that Vietnamese hardwood, gogomat, which I think translates, I was told, as honeywood. It's a pin bridge. Very, very, very tidy and smooth. This is one of the neater bridges I've seen from Noah. Plastic bridge pins, bone straight top saddle sitting in that, so that's very tidy as well. So aside from that sunburst for the decor, we have maple binding to the top and back with black and white purfling stripes to accompany it, and an abalone sound hole ring. I don't normally go in for abalone, but this is not too much abalone. That is that kind of goes with this whole look, I think. And then the body is finished in a satin, which is pretty well done everywhere. I mean, I always say about Noah instruments, because they're handmade, you get occasional little bits of flaws and finishing marks because they've been done by hand and not a robot. If you want absolutely meticulous robot finish, go and get a factory build. This is made by a person. I'm really nitpicking there. This is a very, very tidy one. Very nice and very nice smooth satin coating. Inside, tidier than some Noahs I've seen, notch linings. Top is braced this way. No bridge plate, as I say in the review, but there's a brace running right through it, which will provide some strength here. Yeah, that's okay. The neck is made of maple. It's not that really pale maple. It's kind of a browner maple with some nice attractive stripe in it. We've got a joint that's obvious at the heel there, but no other one. I really like this carving up to this veloute stopper, so it sort of hand finds it for first position chords, and it's not too rounded on the back. It's really roomy. At 40mm up here I measure, at 32 from the D to E strings, so that's loads of space up there. Finished and topped with more of this gogomat wood, really shiny and well oiled. bound down the edges, which hides the fret ends. Some little floor marks, finishing marks in that, but no fret ends. You get 19 frets, 14 to the body. These are about as good a dressed set of frets as I've seen on any instrument. They are beautifully dressed, very, very, very tidy and smooth on the ends. Position dots at 3, 5, 7, 10, double 12th one at the 15th, and there are dots down the side as well. Beyond the bone nut, setup very good on this. It's the usual non-slot head headstock for Noah, which I like. Faced in more mahogany, the Noah logo there in pearl. And then these are parts bin guitar type tuners. I don't normally like these on a ukulele, usually for weight, sealed chrome gears. But I'm giving these a buy on this one because this is a baritone, so it handles them really, really nicely. And when we come onto the weights, you'll see my point. So they don't sort of feel out of place on a baritone. I still probably want a choice of tuners from Noah. I think would be a nice option. But there we are. Comes with extras, strap, button, the usual Noah padded gig bag. This one has been sent to me strung with ukes with Alex strings, with black nylon on the first and second, and then a wound third and a wound fourth. In standard spec, they come with GHS strings from Vietnam, and that will cost you $289.99 delivered in the UK. If he also offers them with Worth Browns or like these, the ukes with Alex strings, that'll cost you an extra tenner. That's absolutely fine. That's a really good price. And yes, everyone asks me on every Noah review, does he do international shipping? Yes, he does, but you can't do it through his website. You need to get in touch with him and he'll work out the shipping rate for you. But $289.99 to $299.99 in the UK. All solid woods made in Vietnam by a luthier. Like all Noahs, it's really good value for money, isn't it? It really is good value for money. It's not a lot. And I think it's absolutely beautiful to look at. I talked about the weight. This is remarkably light for a baritone because it has got kind of this modern big lower end down here, big butt. It's 880 grams. I mean, I've played tenors that are getting on for that. That's really, really light. It feels like nothing at all. And it balances beautifully at the 12th. It's such a... it doesn't feel delicate. It doesn't feel insubstantial, but it's just so comfortable to hold. It's and move around. It's very, very nice. And we got to get into the play. Oh no, battery going in my tuner. Should have planned that better, shouldn't I? See if I can get through the tuning. Spruce and mahogany, as I always say. Classic combination, brightness from the top, darker from the back and sides. I said last week I don't really like them on smaller bodied instruments like sopranos. I find sopranos are bright enough. But on a baritone, really classy, it's used a lot on guitars, you know, Martin J45s and things like that, spruce top, mahogany back and sides. So more real estate here to deal with that brightness. And being a baritone, you're going to get a lot more resonance and punch anyway. So the volume and sustain bit that we do is always good on baritones. And it's really good here. It's loud. It's... Those ukes with nylon strings are quite soft. On the ear, I mean, not on the fingers. Lovely sustain. And what I'm noticing from that tone is a lot of baritones can sound very dark, very boomy. I don't think they suit the sort of traditional strumming patterns, which I'm going to do, as I always do. I think they're more pickers instruments or sort of laid back, sort of, you know, messing around stuff. But there's something else going on here. I mean, there's lots of bottom end, but there's a nice sort of fizzy chime to the top. I really like the sound. I don't think I'd strum it like this. I don't think it's for playing like that. because I think they get a bit boomy at the first position. It's that I'm really liking. It's very nice indeed. As I say, I think you need to pick your styles for baritone, really. I don't think I would be I'm playing terribly. I don't think I would be playing this sort of on it. It's more for sort of finger picking, chord melody, that kind of thing. You play what you like, of course. But as I say, there is bottom end, as you'd expect. Great volume and sustain. But there's something else going on that's more ukulele sounding than guitar sounding. Very, very pretty sound. The Noah Baritone solid spruce top, solid mahogany back and sides. Really like these back and sides as well, but that sunburst is amazing. $289.99 to $299.99 depending on your strings. Really good value for money. Criticisms, really, I'd like a choice of change of the tuners myself, but they work, they're all right. But other than that, not much really. It's really good. It's really, really good. Thank you very much, Matt, for letting me borrow this one, and I'll be getting it back to you in the new year now, because GotAUkulele, through holidays, Christmas and work commitments and family stuff, I'm not now back with you until the second weekend in January. So I've got about 3 review weeks off. That's the first time that's ever happened. I'm going to forget how to do these. But I am back, as I say, in January. That's it for the year. Couple more posts. I've got my top 10 ukuleles of the year coming up and things like that. But I probably won't speak to you properly again on video. Well, I won't. Until the new year, so I hope you have a wonderful break. Happy Christmas, however you celebrate it, and if you don't and you're just taking some time off, that's great too. Stay healthy, stay safe, look after each other, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.